If you're into growing fruits and you don't really want to wait to have a fruit tree grow up to size to start producing, one easy plant that you can grow here in this area are strawberries. Strawberries are super easy to grow. You need a little patch of ground to put in a few plants, and they do really well here. When choosing strawberry varieties, there's 3 different types that you can go for. One is called the June bearers, and those are the strawberries like Early Glow and Jewel, and those types are producing majorly through mid-June through early July. Then there's the Everbearers. The Everbearers are a little bit of a misnomer in that they produce fruit in the spring and in the fall of the year. So there's actually 2 crops that you get from the Everbearers. And then there's the day neutrals. The day neutrals are the ones where they produce a few fruit all through the growing season. And so of those 3 types, the one that hands down is going to produce the most fruit for you are the June bearers. And the June bearers are ones that produce lots and lots of structures called runners. Runners are above ground stolons that can produce new plants all along the length of those stolons. And so what happens over time is that they colonize an area, and when that occurs, then you end up with something called a strawberry patch, which a lot of us are pretty familiar with. And so those are the 3 types that you can use. Then when you're looking at site selection for the different strawberry varieties that you want to grow, think about high ground and an area that gets 10 or more hours of direct sunlight daily. And the reason you want high ground is because they're less likely to be hit by frost. They're more likely to have the good air circulation they need so that there's less diseases overall. And then the third thing is that if you have them on low ground and there's any kind of flooding, the crowns aren't going to handle that water very well. Keep in mind that there's a couple of things that you want to do to make sure that the strawberries do well. In a clay soil or a sandy soil, adding compost does wonders as far as improving the tilth of that soil and making it better drained. So those are factors that you'll want to put into play when choosing the site and then putting the plants in. And when you're looking at purchasing plants, there's a couple of different ways you can go. You can purchase through catalog companies, in which case you'll get them as dormant bare root plants, or you can buy containerized plants like these are. And when it comes to putting strawberries in containers, that's certainly one of the options, but one of the more limited options, okay? The thing to remember is that strawberries can die when air temperatures get below 15 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's the crown portion of the plant that can occur to. And so having them in containers makes it more challenging to keep them above that 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And then winter mulching is going to be an important factor to keep the crowns alive through the winter months. So that's a key concern as well. And when you're purchasing these, a lot of times the garden centers and nurseries will have the live plants, whereas the catalog companies will have the dormant plants.